Right.
And one thing I learned when I first started the page was that the I don't know if it's the most recent point in time count,
Yep.
which is the count that the government does or the government contracts out
Yep.
to estimate the population of homeless people in a given area.
Every January. In fact, we're due for another one right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that point in time, and this was just after the Alameda fire.
Okay.
Okay. That point in time count suggested that over 30% of the homeless population had zero ties to the Rogue Valley.
Yeah.
6 months prior to the Alameda fire.
Yep.
So we created some much needed resources for people who were victims of that fire.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But it was so loosely governed and so haphazardly handed out
Right.
that these people discovered, hey, we can get a free hotel room for as long as we need it. We can get, free supplies. We can get food every day at this park. We can get, and 30% of the homeless population was estimated to be from out of the area at that point in time.
Same kind of thing happened in Josephine County when we had the folks getting help at the fairgrounds here, and I knew, because I work among the homeless and everything, I knew homeless people here on this side of town that all moved over to that side of town because everybody was handing out all kinds of free stuff, and so these guys were just draining off all of those free resources that were really intended to help people who are victims of the fire.
Absolutely.
And everything. And we noticed even in our population, in our resident population, that we've had a shift. It used to be about 90% of the people that we served here, even 5 years ago, 90% of them were from Josephine County. And those that weren't from Josephine County were from Jackson County or Douglas County or something. And now I'd say maybe half are from Josephine County. The other half are from outside the area. And you're just going, what in the world, again, is happening? Well, what's happening is you create an oasis. And so they're coming to where the resources are. Hopefully, when they're coming here at the mission, they're coming because they understand, well, we're not playing around, man.
And
I'm only serious. You're only welcome here if you're planning on getting out of homelessness.
And there's a desire to get out.
Right. If you don't want to do that, then you're wasting our time, and we don't want to waste yours either. I mean, if you're just looking for handouts, this isn't the place for it. Go find that somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking previously about the billions of dollars being spent in metropolitan areas, L.A., Seattle, Portland, San Francisco.
It's an industry. It's a government cottage industry.
Absolutely.
With bureaucracies all developed around it. And you have, take a look, at the 990s for any of the help organizations that are supposedly helping. Just find out what they get paid. Find out what their top officers get paid.
Right.
They make a lot of money. If you want a 6-figure income, go to work for one of these agencies, that are government funded and government supported. Check the Gospel Rescue Mission if you want, and check what we make by comparison. And that's not a complaint.
Right.
That's saying that we just do things efficiently here, and we're not into it for the money. We're into it to get people out of homelessness. And granted, it's a management challenge. It's a management, it takes a lot to do all that stuff. But when you've created an organization that's job is just to hand out government monies, is to just hand out, and we frame them in things with phrases like harm reduction or low barrier or these kinds of things, and what that equates to is, I don't know, I think city of San Francisco spends over $3 million a year on needles, free needles, drug needles, that little kids have to step over as they're going to their preschool, with their preschool classes.
Scattered all along the Greenway. Same way,
Yeah.
Well, and I have friends who are doctors, and this is not a slight on doctors, but in America, we don't necessarily have a healthcare industry.
Right.
We have a sickness industry.
Yeah.
They don't get, big pharma doesn't get rich if we're not taking their meds.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens with the homelessness industry. If there aren't homeless people, they don't have a product.